A couple of the things that I saw that really grabbed me. The report mandates that banks serve crypto companies and champions integrating experimental DeFi protocols into mainstream banking. So this is essentially forcing private institutions into arrangements they might refuse otherwise based on the risk. So no democracy has ever mandated banks serve specific industries against their own risk assessments. So that's huge. It also demands that the SEC and the CFTC immediately enable trading of digital assets at the federal level without waiting for congressional authorization. I'm a process person, and as a journalist, you're supposed to make sure the processes for laws are happening in the country, right? Journalists likes to say we're the fourth estate. And there should be checks and balances and differences between these branches of government, right? And so I look at it from a process because, look, if this is happening, this is a report, but it could turn into a bunch of executive orders, right? Then add to that, you're having, we just did the stablecoin bill. They're going to probably pass the Clarity Act, then mix in whatever the Fed and the SEC are going to come down with, right, in their own spheres. And so the pace of this, if it's all happening at once, we have no idea what kind of tornado that is. And while everyone's excited about the regulatory clarity, we don't know how all these policies are going to act out in the market because it's never been done before. So how fast do we really need to move on these things, and which things should happen in what order to ensure the credibility of the industry, and the stability as well. So cryptocurrency is here to stay and a viable option. So the speed and like this little witch's brew we have now of legislation, executive orders, and then mandates and rulemaking, it seems precarious, and I hope we continue to have those discussions very actively, even if we have to have them quick, to really make sure this ends up being the best for everyone, because otherwise it's just going to go back to the courts and we're going to be, litigating by law